barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Turn this music. I don't get no fucking copyright strike. So, Eddie Hearn has officially offered the Charlo Brothers a contract. I saw it with my own eyes. I'm not reporting on the details of it, but, you know, he has officially offered them a contract, and I saw it. And, you know, I don't know if they take the contract. I don't know the negotiations of the contract, but I'm excited to see, not excited, but I'm interested to see where it goes, where the landscape of this game goes. You understand what I'm saying? How will he infiltrate PBC? In order to be successful in this boxing today, you got to go through PBC. So I'm real interested to see how it goes, where it turns out. I'll let them talk about the details of the contract. Don't slide my DM asking me how much was it. I'm not giving away that information. I'm gonna respect the Charlos to that degree, and but he has offered them a contract. I saw it with my own eyes. You know, after the interview, you guys will see it in the interview I have coming up. He asked me, I want to see it. I says, hell yeah, I want to see it. Shit, why wouldn't I want to see it? You know what I'm saying? So I had a good time today. To recap the event, the Charlos put on a great show, great turnout from the fans. The interest in the Charlos is growing. They're doing a great job with their fan appeal. Tom Brown is doing a hell of a job. Richard Schaefer is doing a hell of a job getting them where they need to be. Showtime. Steven Espinoza, you guys are doing an awesome job. People want to see them fight. There's a genuine interest because the shit was at 12 o'clock, man. A few people came on their lunch break. I don't know them personally, but a few people came on their lunch break and was like, I gotta go see the Charlos. Fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to them brothers. I was overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed. I was overjoyed when I felt the energy. They had the Chris Brown playlist going. You know what I mean? You guys are here in the interviews and shit like that. Jamel Charlo has a lot of power. Jamel Charlo's footwork has improved immensely. You guys are hearing me tell him that multiple times. His levels too. See, in addition to going east and west in boxing, you got to go north and south too. Changing your levels up and down, compressing like, let's say this is baseball. You compress like Ricky Henderson, or you have an open stance like Will Clark. Oh shit, I'm probably dating y'all motherfuckers, but Will the Thrill had an open stance. Left-handed Will the Thrill from the San Francisco Giants. And Ricky Henderson, you know, played for the Yankees and the A's, had a very small strike zone. You know what I'm saying? So you got to change the levels as a fighter too. You got to give them different looks. You understand? So east, west, north, and south. I was very impressed with Jamel Charlo, man. He was putting in some work. He has well above average power. He has staying power. And let me tell you this. If y'all motherfuckers doing videos on the Charlos or doing articles on the Charlos, they know it. They give little subtle, listen to when they do interviews. They know everybody from my small ass channel to Ellie's big ass channel. You know what I mean? They know what the fuck is going on in boxing, and that's the key. You got to know every fucking thing. That the more you know, the more success, the higher the propensity of your success. And fighters lie and say, I don't watch this, I don't watch. Just say you do. I mean, there's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm a boxing enthusiast. Not only am I a fighter, but I love the sport. I'm very engaged. I stay in tune with what people write and what people say. Just say, you don't. I mean, a lot of fighters lie and say, well, you know, I don't really pay attention to that stuff. Just say you do. You know what I mean? It keeps us on our P's and Q's. You know, like with the Charlos, you have to say, not, I mean, they want you to be yourself. They're not there. They're cool. They can handle themselves accordingly as they so choose. They're very cool to be around. But he said one subtle thing to me. He says, you asking them crazy ass questions. And that led me to believe that if I'm a small ass channel, I mean, 20,000 people is, I know to some people you might say, oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well in comparative to where I was last year. But in comparison to the other channels, I mean, they're much bigger channels, right? And nowadays, the subscriber list only matters to the person who gives out the credentials. Because if I do an interview with Deontay Wilder, if I do an exclusive interview with anyone black, it's going to do great numbers. And that's just, you guys come to this channel. I'm not typecasting myself, but you guys know where to go when you in the better interest of the black athlete. So my channel, regardless of how many subs I get, will get, if I do an exclusive on anybody black in boxing, you guys are going to watch the fuck out of it. And I appreciate that shit. But the Charlos are cool, man. They some cool motherfuckers, man. And you guys know I'm 100% not a dick rider. I'm not afraid to ask the tough questions. You know what I mean? It is what it is, you know. And I think boxers are learning to respect my temperature. You understand what I'm saying? And they kind of combative me a little bit because, you know. But the Charlos, they're in tune. They are immensely in tune with what people were saying and what people were writing, and the galvanizing spirit of who they are, because they said something in the interview. The same people that say I haven't fought anybody don't want me to fight Triple G. That was so they know what the fuck is going on, and I respect them for being that genuine, for being that trill, you know, because not many people are, you know, as open and honest, because you know, Floyd Mayweather says he doesn't really watch boxing too much, but he's a historian. Floyd Mayweather is a fucking historian. If you sit down with Floyd and have a conversation with him, you'll realize the motherfucker's a boxing historian. And I say that for real. He knows his shit about boxing. And when you see him break down fights and shit like that, he understands. He has a great understanding of boxing, and that's just the reality of it. So what else I got to say? Derek James got the toughest schedule coming up in the next 10 days. I wouldn't want to be him. I don't care how much money he's making. I don't care how much money he's making, but it's a lot of pressure on him. He does it with a smile. His intellect is high. His respect for the sport is immensely high. I like Derek James. I really like Derek James. I think he's a cool guy. I think he has a great temperature. You know, he has a great temperature. And all my mature men out there that I'm talking to, well, 95% of y'all are men, know what the fuck I'm talking about when I talk about temperature. He has a really good temperature. Richard Schaefer was there. Richard Schaefer is Richard Schaefer. Richard Schaefer and his blue blazer always promoting. I think I called him out on it one time. I said, you always promoting and shit, you know. But me and Richard Schaefer are cool, man. You know, he's a good guy. He's a good guy at boxing. He understands boxing, and more importantly, Richard Schaefer understands money. Listen to my interview with Richard Schaefer a year ago when I talk about money. When he made a year and a half ago when he made his comeback with Abner Mares and Jesus Cuellar. That card, with that card, and listen to him talk about money. Put the pieces together. He understands money like it's, man, he has a great understanding of the dollar. And I would love to sit down with him off topic and him break down the financials in boxing. That would be, let me repeal that statement. I would love to do an interview with him explaining the monies of boxing. I think that would, like a one-on-one interview where we just simply talk about the monies of boxing. Break down the pay-per-views, penny down to the penny. Break down the site fees. All he has, man, he understands all that shit. And it's just great to hear. You'll hear a taste of it in the interviews that I did with him today. It's already up. You'll get an understanding of that, but you got to put the pieces together because we don't spend one interview on it. But overall, it was great. Swanson Media was great. We had great access. They did a great job with them. And you know the one thing I'll say, the Charlos, I give them credit. They make everyone feel cool. They're intense. Their intensity is mad high. You don't have to match their intensity. You just got to acknowledge it and navigate accordingly. But they made the media personnel feel good. He made Lisa smile. You know, like they some trill people, man. I'm saying trill because they from Texas. I learned that from Black Fight Fan. Trill, right? So, but there are some cool. They some cool customers, dude. They're cool, man. They're good for boxing. They have to continuously win, and they've been winning impressively. That fucking Charles Hatley knockout was dumb. Like, that was just stupid. Because the shit talking that led up to that knockout that night was pretty intense. You know what I mean? So, so yeah, man. That's it. What else? According to... So, I went to the wrong gym. I ended up... That's why I was a little bit late. Dude, I was an hour early and ended up being like 8 minutes late. And because I went to the one in Santa Monica when it was actually in Century City. But thank God they're only 10 miles apart, which means 25 minutes driving to here in LA. So, Game 1 is about to start, the NBA Finals. And I just want to say to all the boxing fans out there, I appreciate y'all for fucking with me. I genuinely want to say thank you. All 21,000 of y'all. You guys are simply amazing. I say that respectfully, humbly. You know, I know y'all don't agree with everything I say. I'm a little bit rambunctious sometimes. Sometimes my ego gets in the way. I understand. I fully get it. But you know what? My intentions are perfect. I want y'all to see a different side of the fighters, and I want to be as transparent, as honest as I can with these fighters. And I'm going to keep on asking the questions that you guys want to hear. A boxing fan had a question today that he wanted me to ask about the guy, the Nigerian heavyweight that Richard Schaefer has. I asked the question. Only one person reached out to me today, and I asked a question for him. You know, thank God it was only one and not 10. But, you know, I would have to let some people down. But yeah, man, I want to say thank y'all for fucking with me. You guys are awesome. You guys are amazing. I'm filibustering now, guys. In case y'all don't know, I'm on the 60 freeway. I'm going to get my kids, man. I'm going to get my son and my daughter, man. And then we're going to watch the game together and then head home, going to Grandma and Grandpa's house. So they live in the San Gabriel Valley. So, but yeah, man. So I'm just filibustering now. And, but let's see what else. What else can I say? June 9th, Charlos, the undercard. As he would say, it's a doubleheader. Trout is coming, guys. I told you guys in the video before I did earlier today. I talk about Trout. People, and I'm guilty of this as well. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I'm looking past Trout to Hurd. I'm looking past Trout to Kell Brook, Jaime Munguia, and whoever else has a belt. Moving on down the list. Well, Brook doesn't have a belt. So I'm honestly say, as a media personnel, I have basically overlooked Trout. But them first 4 rounds will be interesting. You know, Jamel Charlo looks like that he's fully equipped to handle what Trout has to offer. He's and what will help him in this fight is Errol Spence. I'm unsure if Errol Spence is coming to the fight, but Errol Spence is coming to the fight. Whether he's there or not, Errol Spence is coming to the fight. You know why Errol Spence is going to be in the fight? Because Austin Trout is left-handed. And he's gotten the best southpaw sparring in the world right now in Errol Spence Jr. Whether you like him, love him, or hate him, he is the best southpaw sparring partner you can have. And he will be there Saturday night. So I don't think Trout will hit him with anything of power or substance that will move him. But the tricks of the trade, maybe he'll make. I don't know how you beat a Charlo right now. Like, their confidence is on 10. I mean, it's like, I never was in media. I wasn't in media when Mike Tyson was in his heyday. So I don't know what that room felt like. You know, like, in terms of power, confidence, and arrogance, and belief, and everyone else believes you that you're going to knock everybody out. See, Floyd Mayweather was the king of boxing, but he wasn't knocking guys out. Everyone knew he was going to win, But he wasn't like destroying people like Diego Corrales and just obliviating them, making them look like amateurs in the ring. He wasn't doing that. But it's gonna be tough beating a Charlo. It's gonna be tough beating a Charlo because for real, and this is just a hypothetical. Even if Jermell Charlo gets knocked down, he knows his brother is ringside. So what's he gonna do? He got that last name to protect. He got his brother to go into the locker room with. Hell, I'm telling you, man, there's something special about that. There's something special about when you have to be held accountable by another man that you love and trust. It's a spiritual thing. I'm just telling you, it's nothing in the physical realm that I can really elaborate on or explain in this video in 30 seconds. His brother holds him accountable. It's a spiritual connection that they have. It's a spiritual connection that you have with your mentor that taught you how to drive a truck. I'm sitting next to a truck that taught you the game of, how to drive a truck more than 8 hours. Because I think trucks you only can drive 8 hours at a time, and you got to rest for a certain amount of time. He taught you the tricks of the trade. He taught you how to navigate the 10 freeway, how to navigate the 95. You know what I mean? And you don't want to let him down, so you do the job efficiently. And if you fail at being a truck driver, you believe you failed your mentor. So at the end of the day, that's Jermell and Jermall Charlo. That's who they are, and it's cool. It's cool covering them. And I don't know where the story ends, but as Jermall Charlo says, I'm going to retire like Ward. So as soon as they hit the end of their greatness, the peak of their ability, they getting the fuck out the ring. So, Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And I got a lot of videos coming. By the end of the night, you guys should have them all. But I'm going to have my daughter in one arm and trying to upload videos in the other arm for the next 3 hours. So hopefully enjoy it. So anyways, if not, you got plenty of other channels to go to, and I appreciate you guys fuck with me. I'm not opposed to the competition. My shit is going to be up a little late if you guys want to hang in there and watch my shit. But go to Ellie's page. Go to everyone else's page. They got great content. Competition is good. Competition keeps me on my toes. I respect competition. So that's just the reality of it. So anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations, man. I'm one exit away from my 2 kids and game 1 of the NBA Finals. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Maybe I could listen to like 3 songs. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And it was a great day. Thank you to the Charlos. Thank you to Richard Schaefer. Thank you to Swanson Media. You guys are fucking awesome. It was a great turnout. Thank you to all the fans. It was dope. So Barbershop Conversations. I'm gone. Peace.